Okay, we're ready to add the interior partitions. I did make a slight adjustment to the model. I set this wall here 24 feet rather than 22 feet. So if yours says 22, all you have to do is select that wall, make sure it's not pinned, and then when this temporary dimension comes up, verify that it is going to the outside face of core, which mine is, and then just click on that dimension and type 24 instead. And that should do it. Okay, so starting from the left side of the plan, we're going to be creating interior partitions. Now, an interior partition is a different wall type than the exterior partitions. So we click on architecture and walls, and then in the list of partition types, you should see interior 4.5-inch partition, which is a 2x4 with 1/2-inch gypsum wallboard on both sides. These walls should be located by their wall center line, and we want them to be constrained to the roof as well. And I'm going to start with the wall that is on the left side of the stairs. That should be 12 feet from the edge here. Now initially when we set this up, we turned off some snaps, and what I was discovering is that I wasn't getting this snap that you see here, which is called the nearest snap. We want turned back on again. So we're going to go back to manage and hit the snaps and make sure that your nearest snap is turned on, and then you'll get the same result as where I can actually see the dimensions as I place. Okay, so I'm going to put that wall somewhere around here, and then just look at the dimension that I got. If I hit the escape button a little bit, that just turns off the wall creation, and I'm going to reselect that wall and set the witness line. So this one is going to the outside face of stud, and I'm just going to keep clicking on this until it hits the center of that wall. So this should say, instead of 13 6.5 that I got, that should just be an even 12 feet. So there's that wall. The next set of walls I'm going to create are the ones that are defining the bathroom and the closet space. So we can see that this wall should be at 13 feet here. So I'm going to go back to architecture walls and just pop that wall in there, put the next one in, and then put the next one in, and then I've got one that I've got to put here that's going to define the bathroom. And if you've got to go back and extend the walls, that's fine. So see, I didn't worry too much about the exact placement of the walls because I'm going to go back and fix it after the fact. So if I click on this wall, I want this to go to the outside face of stud, and I want this to go to the center. So I'm just going to keep clicking on that until I see what I want to see. And then I know this should say 13 feet. Then this wall here should say, it should be to the center and to the center. Just keep clicking on that till we get center. That should be 2'6". And then this wall right here should be 2'6" away from that one, or we can go here and I can go to the outside face of stud there and go to the center of the wall here, and I just want to make sure that says just 8 feet. This wall here should be 4 feet from outside face of stud to the center of that wall. It's almost there. So make that 4 feet, and we've got the bathroom laid out, and we have the closets laid out for both bedrooms. So now I can go ahead and define the second interior partition here that's going to be the other side of the stairs. And I'll just kind of stop that somewhere around here because this is going to be filled up with stairs. I know I've got a partition somewhere here. Looks to be like somewhere around here. And I also want to create an interior partition here that goes from here and then all the way in to this area to create a couple of walls for that bedroom. So I want that partition to kind of come in like that a little bit, but I want it to be aligned with this one. So in order to do that properly, there's a modify tab that we can go to, and there's all sorts of tools we can use here to control existing walls and doors and windows and things like that. And so in order to align this wall with this one, I would click on the align tool, and it asks you to pick the aligned edge that you want to align to. So you're going to pick the exterior wall first, in other words, but it's not allowing me to pick the edge that I want to align to. So if you're not seeing the line highlight, hit the tab key while your cursor is near the edge that you want, and it should highlight that edge. As soon as you pick that edge, you're going to get a blue dashed line showing you this is the edge that you're going to align to. And then when you do the tab key again to click on the edge of the outside face of gyp for the interior partition and click on that, you'll see that interior partition align with the exterior partition. And I am going to lock that relationship so that if I choose to move that exterior wall, that wall is going to go with it. Now I can kind of continue here and sort of figure some of the rest of the things out. I can tell now that's not enough space, so I'm going to give that about 3 feet 6 inches. That's probably going to be the right distance. Let's make sure that we're to the center. So it's a 3 foot. Maybe that's 4 feet. Let's change that to 4 feet. I can always change it after. And then it looks like from about, I'm just going to move this in a little bit, from about there and also about, well, this is supposed to be 2'10", so I'll put that right about there. We should make a 45-degree wall to create that hallway area. So I'm going to assume that that's about right, and if I need to make some adjustments I will. So that should be to the center of this wall and to the center of this one, 2'10". So that's what that should look like. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So we more or less have the partitions just about where they ought to go. In the next video, go ahead and watch how I place doors and windows.